So, moving north, we're into, the tabla. Now, of course, there's so many different drums across, the north and the south, and they kind of have, particularly in north, they kind of have different syllables as you go between the different drums, whether it's the tabla or the pakawaj, double-ended drum, or the kol, or, different sort of instruments have slightly different, syllables that are used. So the basic syllables that we would find on tabla, as I said earlier, we have na, ge, ke, tun, te, da, de, dere, loads of different syllables that are used in the structure of the playing of the drums. Now, one of the things to bear in mind, just at this point, that I'm going to mention about the ambiguity of the syllables, because some people misunderstand that it's a pure system where na is always na, and the syllables always mean the same thing, and they don't. There's a lot of ambiguity. So, for example, the na stroke on the rim of the tabla can sometimes be ta. And similarly, ta can sometimes be, instead of on the rim, can be all four fingers on the black spot. It's confusing to people in the beginning, but it's just the same as in the English language. So if I was to say to you, just abstract through, without a context, you wouldn't have any idea what that meant. So only with the context does it mean something. So through the ball or through the window, and then it means something. And similarly, the syllables in terms of connection with the actual compositions, then you understand what they mean. And obviously, the more familiar you are with the instrument and the compositions, then the easier it is to understand exactly what syllables to play for which compositions. So that's tabla Bols. Tabla Parant is actually the more of the recitation of tabla compositions. Now, this does happen a little bit in tabla solo. In South India, the recitation actually becomes a big part of the what's called the Tani Avatram, the solo of a group of drummers, basically. So in tabla Parant can sometimes be used in a part of a solo, but normally it's small compositions and not big long compositions. So let's just have a look at a simple composition. I'm using the South Indian clapping system for this throughout, just to keep on continuity. But this is a North Indian composition. This is Tabla Parant, and this is what's called a fixed composition, a short rhythmic poem, if you like. Again, it's in 16 or 4 or 8. So this is a typical fixed composition that you would find in North India, Tabla Parant. Similarly, there are much longer compositions that you learn to speak when you're learning the drums, but not necessarily in recitation, in performance. But it's a very useful tool for learning the drums. So I'm just going to show you a couple of compositions that are called kaida, that they're theme and variation compositions. So this is Tabla Parant again. Datuna kita tak 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 kita dinna datuna na dinna kita tak 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 kita da da di da datun tatuna kita tak 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 kita dinna da dinna na dinna kita tak 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 kita da da dinna. So this is Tabla Parant. This is a basic, that's the theme. So what they would do is they take that theme and they do it in single speed, 1.5 times the speed, double the speed, and once they got to double speed, they'll do loads of variations, and the rules and regulations around those variations, that the variations can only contain the basic content and theme of the actual, first theme. So it's not like it can suddenly be free form and for example, in that composition, dere comes in, or a different stroke. Sometimes there are some, exceptions to that, but pretty much that's generally the rule. If we take another composition, I'm going to show you a theme going from single, 1.5 times speed, and double. Again, it's in 4/4. Da gena da ti da da dedicate da ti da gen da ti da gena da ga tu na gena da ti da da dedicate da ti da gen da ti da gena da ga di na gen da gena da ti da da dedicate da ti da gena da ga tu na gena da gena da ti da da dedicate da ti da gena da ga tu na gena da gena da ti da da dedicate da ti da gen da ti da gena da ga tu na gena da gena da ti da da dedicate da ti da gena da ga tu na gena da gena da ti da da dedicate da ti da gena da ga di na gena da. So this is a typical theme going through 3 levels, and then they get to this point and do lots of